Lamar Wilson, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How you doing,
Good
brother?
morning. I'm doing great, man. I'm in a good spirit. I feel like last week, I felt like the ants. One thing I just wanted to touch on, for the brothers that's always on the line, if you remember, they touched on the ant, you know. One thing I just want to say about the ant is sometimes it's a missing element that we forget that we need to include in that gumbo is that determination. No matter what you do in the ant pile or whatever, back in the days they would make these little holes and you were spitting. I mean, and kick the dirt, but they still determined to get somewhere. So I just wanted to touch on that. But BK, excuse me, pardon me, I got a little cold. Lately, I've been finding myself at doors or being invited to knock on certain doors, or or when I open them, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, my fault, wrong place. And I hear people telling me, y'all, what are you talking about? Man, we saved you a seat. Man, we've been waiting to link up with you. What took you long enough? At times, I have to remind myself, fellas, that I do belong here. I deserve this. I do add value. I can fix problems. But the problem was I spent so much time playing in this wrong. I've been so comfortable in this wrong. I know the people in this wrong. I'm 10 times better in this wrong. My confidence in this wrong is beyond matters. I could see what was saying, like, son, like God was telling me all last year, son, you outgrew this room. Son, I'm going to do you one better. You the elephant in the room. There's some places that we are, and you're like, yo, let's just get the elephant out the room. You put an elephant in a room, there's no space. That means that elephant outgrown that room. And I'm speaking on the actual growth side, okay? So I had to make a choice on December 31st, 2023. I can either leave this room or God's going to force me out this room. I have no more purpose in this room. I don't need to make more room in this room because there's no more space to make in this room. See, son, in order for me to take you into another room, I had to unlock some areas in your life. I had to bring some people in your life. This is why I say you need a coach. You are one-minded thinking, and that's okay. But I promise you, it's been said, 2 minds are better than one. Because you do see the signs. I'm showing you them. All the doors that you see, the people walking these doors. I gotta give you the tools, because if I don't give you these tools and these resources and these principles, you're gonna walk into these rooms, and even though I told you that's the room I want you in, what's gonna happen is that something's going to trigger you back, and you're gonna slowly walk yourself out that room and go back to the room I told you stay out of. So there's some requirements that we're gonna have to work on. Before you go get a coach in the flesh, I need to spiritually coach you, because I need to build your self-confidence, son. Because you have to believe in your goals. See, Al, you speak, but you suck at communicating. The man just said it. You're having a conversation with your son. I need to start asking him questions and not be in my feelings where he give me the answer. My man just said it. You can speak. You could tell the world how to move. You could tell them, yo, you could run you could be the leader of a man march. But when it comes to communicating, both verbally and non-verbally, son, let me help you out. You're not in the projects no more. You out here raising strong children while fixing broken Lamars. Those doors you walking into is to help you and improve your self awareness, because you spent so much time in rooms that you knew how everything works in that room. I gotta take you out that room. I gotta make you uncomfortable so you can get more comfortable in the new room. And so the more you spend time in these rooms, you're getting stronger. The rooms that you keep trying to neglect in those areas because it's like, no, I don't think I belong there. I'm good here. Like, it's working here. This is it here. God keep telling me, son, why you keep putting yourself down? Nobody came to you and said you don't belong here. Like those areas that you weak in. So what I had to do, I had to keep pushing myself, getting myself spiritually ready, getting myself mentally ready, figuring out things, thinking stuff, ask the questions, not be scared to ask the question, poke people, get in front of people. I want to know this, I want to know this, I want to know this. The guy was saying, son, you think I'm trying to break you? No, I'm trying to redesign you. Son, I gave you a gift. No matter how you want to look at it, because you may not have 1 million followers, they mean nothing, son. You may not have the Heisman arm support, but son, there's someone out there in the world that needs you. So every day that when you feel like you don't want to do something, that's the day that person needed you. That's the day. When you feel like you don't want to get up and go to the gym, when you don't feel like I'm going to go cheat, when you feel like I'm going to go just pick stuff off, that's the day someone needed you the most. That's the day. And that's when the ant comes into play, the determination. No lines are so fucked. And these rooms, understand something. Some of these rooms, you don't need coaching because you're the coach. The coach is coaching the coaches in the room. These rooms I had to show you is because you problem solve. That's your skill. You've been in merchant services and sales for over 15 years now. You solve problems, son. You think they got you here just because you black? No. They got you here because you can solve problems. You've been showing people that you solve problems. Over 15 years, you're not standing on your feet at Macy's anymore. Asking, do you want to open up a Macy's card? There's somebody right now in the world, right now, fellas, I'm telling you right now, that need your fixing. And if you're not operating in your gift, you're wasting it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news because I'm that same person. There's places where God's telling me they need fixing. But son, BK, he's like, son, I can't take you there. I can't take you there as much as you want to be there. You want to be there. But we still got unresolved issues here. So how do I do it? How do I do it? How do it get to a point where now I'm still reaching out to speak and get involved or just volunteer, just having my presence there? But I tell you, the roles has changed. Where now I'm getting referrals of people coming to me and they talking. I'm doing a 9 to 5 in a 5 to 9 in my speaking, and I've been blessed in a position where I can still work and still be able to go and touch people's hearts and their ears. How do I do that? It's because I say, you know what? My biggest coach is accountability. I've been on this for the past couple of weeks. I'm sorry for my absence the last two, but I'm telling you, I've been so immersed in what I wanted to tell y'all today that I've been just prepping it because the accountability, the determination, the questions you're asking people, not just your son, the people, because we can speak, but can we communicate? You being committed to your goals and making necessary adjustments along the way. It's not a journey. I'm sorry. It's a journey. It is a journey. It's not a visit. So when I say you need a coach, when will you not need a coach? That's going to determine on you. That's going to determine on you. But it's not a visit. You cannot think you can get coached for a month or two and you figure it out. No, it's not a visit. It's a journey. And so I leave y'all with this. Trust the process. Everything is coming together as it's meant to be. Just understand that you have to trust the process because everything is coming together as it's meant to be. And I'm telling you, if you start operating in your gift, if you stop putting your ego in front of things, I promise you, if you stop walking on your own eggshells and start asking people questions and not worry about rejection or fear or what they're gonna say, if you want to open a business, there are brothers on this line that have their own business. Coach them. Because I'm telling you, God has given us all the resources. I'm not standing in front of God and say, why didn't you take the opportunity when I gave it to you? If it was in your face, I brought it to you. If it was in your face, I brought it to you. And so I tell you, so I want you to understand that you can be coached. You just got to be coachable. That's my time, BK. Next week, I'm jumping in a different segment of the how can I building strong children while fixing broken men. This is the mindset of how did I get here? How did I get here? And I'm touching on parenting, family, finances, everything. This is probably gonna be the most. This is probably gonna be the what is that? Rated segments I'm gonna do for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thoughts, comments, questions. Lamar was talking to a brother this week, and we were discussing how I don't know if it's the current culture. I've kind of seen this for a while, but it's almost as if we were talking about these circles, these speaker circles, and a lot of guys on here are speakers and have built communities. But the conversation I was having with the gentleman kind of dealt with the fact that once you get behind the veil of the community, that in essence you're a customer. It's it's sold or it's taunted to be a place of compassion and camaraderie and things of that nature. But then In reality, it's all about, did you pay your bill? Did you pay the money? And thousands of dollars, being put on credit cards. One brother shared on this call that he was up to $100,000 in debt over some of these courses. And it's all, the results are not there. Is that to say that, okay, because the complaint is, okay, well, you didn't do it the right way. And I'm like, is it? Or is there a rush to get people to buy, but really no, or is it transactions and not transformations? Is where I'm going, kind of making some sort of
Yep,
logical
you're
sense?
absolutely right.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. And I over the years, I spent time and God had to slap my hand. It sounds good. The car looked nice. Okay, the Bentley looked nice, and it's going for, you're not gonna get a better price than this. You get it now because I got a couple other people, they're waiting, and it's gonna close up. And God said, that's not for you. But sometimes we're like, nah, this is it. It's it. And you don't realize that car got the AC don't work 100%. It worked for that moment that you did. That's been in the flood. Yeah, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's gonna get you to the driveway and that's it. So I had to start doing my research because I was almost in that BK. I was almost there. It looked good when the NFL player wants to holler at you and be like, yo, man, and then you start doing your research. You're like, hold up, bro. Huh? I'm doing better than you. How you? What are you talking about? How are you gonna coach me? You need a coach. Don't put that NFL title on. That means nothing. Nothing. And I true. If I could give anybody advice, BK, regarding that, I would say start with you first. See how far you can get first. If you haven't tried, just start with you. Just lay the foundation. Someone around will poke at you and be like, "Yo, that ain't right. That. Yo, man, wait, hold on. I think you can do this better." The right people, would you just go in there and put on $1,000? I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it. If you could start with you first, let God lead you, and then God will lead you to a door that you need to be in.